All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fox 10 Talks this morning. Ron is off. Danielle is in. Good to see you.
You too.
How are you today?
Good. It was crazy out there. We were in Tempe all morning long driving around, and it's nuts.
Isn't it crazy?
It's bad. Yeah, and I had no idea that any of that was even happening. I drove on the Broadway curve right around 12:30.
Yeah.
And I guess that storm went at like 1:30, so I just missed kind of that area going home. But...
Well, and I read that Arizona State University lost some power.
Mm-hmm. Did you see their football field too?
I didn't see it. Is it Mountain America?
Blake, one of our sports guys, he posted on his Twitter account, and or X account. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's like flooded. There's like flags ripped down. But just trees are everywhere. Everywhere you look. If you're driving in Tempe, just tree after tree after tree. And these aren't tiny little trees.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're big.
They're huge. Yeah. Pine trees and oak trees. And, typically we see those Palo Verde trees during our monsoon season. But yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy.
My Aunt Mary, my Thea Mary, she lives off of south of Southern and Hardy in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's right where we were.
You were right by those condos. Yeah. I lived there when I was at ASU in those little townhome condo things with my...
Is she okay? Is her home?
Yeah, she sent me a video. She was driving through. And for all of you who are joining, share in the chat if you experienced kind of the storm and what that was like for you. She said it looked like a war zone. And she sent me a video of what she took yesterday afternoon. And it was crazy.
No, it's... Yeah. I said, I had no idea that microburst hit right there. And then, going out to that area, you're like, a couple trees down here and there. But no, I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
it's just every neighborhood, every, the apartment complex that we were at, just knocked over into buildings you could see inside of these apartment complexes because everything is just ripped off. It's nuts.
Weather has been, and you all know, Louis Gonzalez, good morning to you. And we have a lot of Halakita, good morning. Samuel, good morning. Are you new, Samuel, to the chat? I'm trying to think of maybe you've chimed in. Jens Wall's joining us this morning. Thank you all for sharing part of your day. And we're going to be talking about weather this morning as well. And Danielle, you spent some time up in Globe, and I was up in Globe last week, and it's such a cute community there. And it has been crazy as well. You were just there yesterday to see what the recent storms have done to that community.
Yeah, and we were we have the mayor coming up here. I spoke with him yesterday morning. We were live with him at 7 o'clock. And it's just so sad because all of these businesses, all of these homeowners who were starting to rebuild after those storms about 2 weeks ago got hit once again. Luckily, after speaking with the mayor, and we'll talk to him soon, they didn't get hit as hard, thank goodness. But a lot of those businesses had a reopening date of November 1st. So hoping that they can stay on track with that and on schedule. But it's just... You just never know. And it's so unpredictable in that area because everything comes from the mountains. Yeah. So it's, they're in that little valley, anybody who's been there. And it's when that rain hits the mountains, you just have no control over how much is going to come down.
And it's interesting you mentioned the valley because initially, like, you think of the valley, it's like Phoenix or like another area. But it truly is a mining town.
It's like
there's the town, and then some of the homes are actually built on the mountain.
Which rock slides they were having, and mudslides. Yep.
Yeah. So the whole infrastructure, and then US 60, they shut down that road. And for that part of Arizona, you have these switchbacks that go through kind of the mining towns.
Yep.
But it has been heartbreaking to watch kind of what the town of Globe and Miami have gone through. Let's go ahead and take a listen to this, and we'll show you some of the latest video of what people there are experiencing.
This is the worst storm I've ever seen. I've had the 100-year floods, or they called it, where the creek was running crazy and doing everything. But this one here, this one was the 1,000-year flood.
Moment you think it's just raining hard, the next it's just flooding down, and then everyone's trapped everywhere.
It's just been like this nonstop. Yeah, you don't want to be out in this.
It's just Mother Nature. She's gonna do what she does.
Just wait it out, that's all we can do. I went grocery shopping because if the bridge floods over and you're not going nowhere.
That is so crazy.
Yeah, and that man said, this is a 1,000-year flood or whatnot. I also spoke with the mayor of Miami, the twin town there, and he was saying he was born and raised there, and same thing. He said, I have never seen anything like this because that water came up over those bridges there in downtown Miami. They're very popular, very historic, and he has never seen the water rise to that level. So it's crazy.
It also goes to show you how there is, and this is from the recent storm with that trash can being taken away by the floodwaters. There are so many really amazing small towns, like a slice of life in Arizona, right? Like we have the pleasure of meeting people and sharing their stories out in some of these towns, and it's heartbreaking when you see what they're going through. This morning, we are going to be joined at this hour. We have the Honorable Al Gomero. He's the mayor of the city of Globe. Mayor, good morning to you this morning. Thank you for your time.
You bet. Good morning.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to you and your community. I know you all are dealing with so much this morning. Let's start first. I really want to ask you kind of what is happening today there in town now that some of these storms have moved through.
Well, today we're going back into the areas that were affected from the Sunday and Monday floods or remnants of Hurricane Raymond. Sunday, we got a pretty good rain and ran over some areas. And then yesterday, we did get another storm yesterday afternoon, but it didn't last as long, wasn't as bad as Sunday's. So that damage was limited really to the roadway downtown Globe.
And Mayor, I know the area, I was with you yesterday, so good to see you again. That area that we were in downtown where all those businesses were affected, what does it look like there now? Is that road reopened or has any progress been made over the day?
It's currently reopened to the businesses to get in there and continue their cleanup. We still have it blocked off, and we still have our curfew in effect. Probably it'll end today because I think we have some light at the end of the tunnel, and we don't expect any rains today. We're banking on that.
We have a very active chat on YouTube, Mayor, and so one of our viewers is asking this question for you. Dave's Camping Adventures says, Mayor, is there anything that can be done for an improvement of the flood areas, fixtures, etc., that can be helped to, I guess, minimize the damage in the future if more storms come through?
Yeah, and I think that'll be part of our emergency plan as we move forward, as we're putting in for state funding and FEMA funding. Soliciting those funds so we can reevaluate our creek area because it runs right on our downtown area. We really can't make it any wider, but we can dig it down deeper, degrudging. We need to make sure that we go through the Army Corps of Engineers when we do this process, but that's going to be part of a request to at the federal level with FEMA funds moving forward to try and minimize what has happened. I don't think whatever preparedness we do is not going to help. If we get that amount of water, it's still going to run over. It's just historical rains. I've been here my whole life, born and raised, never have seen this at all.
Yeah, and Mayor, we've heard of water issues happening right now. Is there any truth to that, of what's going on there in the town of Globe?
Yes, we've been dealing with these issues since the first part of the rain. We have older infrastructure. We've been dealing with water line breaks, sewer line breaks. This weekend, we had a 12-inch main that feeds our tanks, fills them, and that was resolved. And then this morning, again, we have another 12-inch water line that's broke that they're aggressively working on right now. So that's going to limit or decrease the water pressure they have, where some areas may not have water at all. So that's one main one. And then we call an area Apache Peaks north of Globe that has a water line break that they're working on too. So we're hoping to resolve those immediately today.
What is that like for your community? I understand you, as you mentioned, born and raised there. You spent nearly 30 years as a firefighter, 18 of which were spent as fire chief. So really a life of service in that community. Thank you for that. When you're talking about some of these water main breaks and responding to some of these families, are they almost out of water, or does it look like anybody will eventually lose water? What's the timeline?
I think it's a really low water pressure for the majority of them. There may be some areas that have no water at all till we get that resolved. And that has been put out in PSAs. They understand that. Our crews are working hard. We're bringing in outside contractors to help us to mitigate and accelerate those repairs also.
And Mayor, is there any type of meeting, city council meeting that's happening anytime soon? Or where can people ask questions or voice concerns? When is that next one happening?
We actually have our next council meeting. That's tonight at 6 p.m. We're going to have presentations from our emergency manager, from Public Works, Police, Fire, from Community Development, from our Finance. So they can tune in. If they can't attend in person, it's on our City of Globe website on YouTube that they were able to tune in and view that report or meeting.
You know, one last question for you as well. For folks who've never been to Globe or Globe Miami area, you know, Danielle and I have been through there, and it's beautiful and very quaint, and it's charming. What can you share with them about the beauty of that town? And we've seen kind of how they've come together in this difficult time.
Yeah, you know, like I said, I grew up here, and we've been for the past 8 years. We put a plan in place on economic development, replacing our infrastructure, tourism, and we've seen so much progress in that, even moving forward after the Telegraph fire that left a burn scar and flooding then. But we have a community of caring people, and everybody always helps each other out. We have a lot of great sites. We have bike trails, UTV trails. We have the lake that's only 25 minutes away. We have the Pinal Mountain that's a 25-minute drive from downtown. You go to an 8,000 elevation. So all those attractions have really helped us to bring tourism to our community. And this is only a delay. This what has happened. We're going to go back. We're going to come back, and we're going to build stronger.
Well, I think it's pretty remarkable with that sign you have behind you. It says family. And I think that really is what you all have there in that beautiful town. So, Mayor, thank you so much for your time. We so appreciate it. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and the rest of the community there. And we hope to chat with you again soon as we see some of these developments happening and hopefully water restored to the families.
Yeah, we'll get on that right away. Our next main concern is opening up Highway 60. With the erosion to that highway, and hopefully they'll come with some kind of plan.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, what an ordeal, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the road shut off with the US 60 with everything.
Yeah, and I believe that part of the US 60 had work done before.
Yeah.
And this is the same issue that they have now. So once again, they're going to have to go and repair that, and you know, who knows how long that's going to take.
Yeah.
And it took us 2.5 hours to get there yesterday.
Oh, did it really?
From downtown Phoenix to go around. So that's not good.
Yeah. So we'll keep you updated on that. And big shout out to Zeke. He is new to the chat this morning. And Nicholas Poncho, good morning to you. Let's go right to the mystery camera this morning, give you a live look, lots of fall colors. And go ahead and throw your idea, your guess into the chat this morning. And Danielle will do a reveal on where
and it's very flat.
Be.
So
we'll be right back.
it doesn't work.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Here we are, and we have a few guesses in the chat this morning. Danielle's grabbing the paper here in a moment. Oh wait, did you guess?
Sorry, no. You guys, I'm new here. I'm new here. Okay, sorry. I said somewhere flat, and I think I was right.
So Krystal joins us as well this morning.
Wait,
Hi,
does
Krystal.
Krystal guess?
Krystal can guess too, yeah.
Okay.
But now Danielle cannot guess because she picked
I
up
cheated.
Well, technically.
Cheater, pumpkin eater.
Okay, so let's go back to the mystery cam and let's give
I have no idea.
many of you said, okay, for Lil Philosophy said Alabama. We've got Sammy G with Ohio. Lil Philosophy says, yo. Good morning to you, Lil Philosophy.
Yo, where's that at?
I think he means like, yo, it's my crib. We have Nebraska or Kansas, both pretty flat, Jenswell says. Krystal, your thoughts, sister?
I haven't. Let's go Ohio. I don't know.
Okay.
Wait. Okay, when do I reveal this?
We're going to
Now?
come up in a second. I'm going to say.
Oh, okay.
She said like
Someone
chomping
guessed
at the
it.
bit. She's chomping.
I know,
Oh,
well,
somebody
someone
guessed
guessed
it.
it.
Oh, someone
okay.
did?
Well, oh wow. Hold on. Don't say. Okay, so if it's up there already, I'm going to go with Halakita. She says Iowa. And okay, now Danielle.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, interesting.
It is West Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay, and then you. And then,
do I show it? Oh, excuse me.
Turn around. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, Halakita wins the award.
Halakita.
Yes.
What does she get?
Bragging rights.
Okay,
pride for the day.
a virtual hug. There we go.
Yes, we're all good huggers here, Halakita, so you get that. Good morning, Krystal.
Hi, good
Welcome on in.
morning.
It has been
Busy
a
girl.
I know.
Yeah.
Finally, you kind of get to.
Yeah,
exhale.
it was definitely quite a stretch. You know, what was it? A week ago, we were on the stream talking about how we could potentially have 5 days of measurable rain. And
Yeah.
we had 5 days of measurable rain all over the state, including
Yeah.
the valley, which sometimes, the valley ends up missing out. But wow, we did not miss out with this stretch. That's for sure.
Over the course of the last few times that you've been on, since you were covering the storms, many people have asked in the chat, okay, so they've mentioned monsoon, but these aren't monsoon. It has to do with those tropical storms that are coming
Yeah,
up.
so there was Hurricane Priscilla. We got the tropical moisture from that. And then right behind it was Tropical Storm Raymond. We got the tropical moisture from that. And then it was kind of a combo with the fact that we just had that perfect setup that we've been discussing since last week, where high pressure was parked over the Texas-Mexico area and low pressure was parked over the West Coast around like the California area, which created this like funnel effect of moisture right over the Southwest, right over Arizona. So you had this just sort of perfect setup that was parked to just keep pumping moisture into our neck of the woods, which is why we had this prolonged period of stormy conditions.
Yeah, in Tempe, I have to say I've covered monsoon storms here for 10 years now, and wow.
The damage is wild.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Driving through the entire town there today. I mean, I have never seen damage that widespread. Typically, it'll hit one particular area, but just, driving around the entire town today, it was crazy. And massive trees. Huge trees.
Some of the ones you were showing off were absolutely
Crazy,
wild.
yes.
I was leaving work yesterday, kind of handing the baton off to meteorologist Erica Horvatine for the afternoon shift. And right as the first severe thunderstorm warning popped up, they were going on the stream. And I checked my radars. I got to my car and I could see how bad the storm was. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it home because I live in the East Valley. So I looked at it and I said, okay, I think I can drive like 5-10 minutes at most before I'm going to have to pull over. So that's what I did. I drove until I could tell I was getting close and I pulled off. And as I was getting off of the interstate, it just started coming down so heavily that I put my windshield wipers on full blast and you could not see through them. Fortunately, I was literally like turning into the parking lot. So I was good. I parked my car. But there were folks I could see on the highway because I just pulled off to a quick trip right off the highway. That it was just, they had to stop because it was coming down so heavily. And we were windy where we were, but I wasn't even in Tempe yet. And you knew the damage was bad there.
Because they confirmed a microburst. Is there any indication on what those wind speeds were?
Yeah, so they
in that area?
Radar estimates were between 60 and 70 miles per hour. There was a report closer to the 202 of a 71 mile per hour gust. Sky Harbor had a report of 63 miles per hour. So 60 to 70 miles per hour seems fair, but I wouldn't be surprised if there were some missing reports that were a little stronger than that, which is a reminder, 73 miles per hour plus is hurricane force. So, these were very strong wind gusts, but that is typical of a microburst can have wind gusts of 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
So when we were chatting earlier this morning, Krystal and I were talking about how the microburst came down north of, like, I guess Elliott and between Priest and Rural, somewhere in there. And then the question was that I had for Krystal, then you have all of the damage at the Phoenix Zoo, which is quite a bit farther north from where the microburst hit. And then you even had some reports we're hearing of hail even into the Scottsdale area. And so all that activity outside of like that 2-mile radius of where the microburst hit, those are just, it's almost like just damage from the winds and that storm system pushing out.
Well, so this was a severe storm. So regardless of whether we have a microburst is just a type of severe storm where you get that really concentrated pocket of extreme winds that'll knock down every tree in sight, for instance. But this was already a severe storm, and severe storms already typically will pack punch of 60+ mile per hour wind gusts, hail that can be an inch or larger in diameter. It typically comes with heavy rain, a lot of lightning, and so the storm was severe all the way through the valley, from south to north. It stretched from Sun Lakes, through Chandler, through Tempe, into Scottsdale, PV, and then it exited to the north. So it was severe the whole way through, and it did as that microburst happened, as it bottomed out. It pushed a line of straight line winds, which is a type of damage that sometimes people will see and think it's tornado damage, but it's similar in terms of the fact that it rips roofs off and knocks trees down, things like that. But it all goes in one direction. It all pushes in one direction. So that's what the National Weather Service believes it was. Yeah. And when we, as meteorologists, we look at the radar data, the velocity data, that's what it looks like as well. Is that there was straight line wind damage that happened, kind of swathing through Tempe and over the 202. But yeah, just a wild amount of damage there.
People driving past us were like, did a hurricane happen? Was it a hurricane last night?
It was a hurricane.
Yeah.
No hurricanes in Arizona.
The great news is, because people are asking in the chat, we do have a change in our forecast.
Yes, thank goodness. I was going to show the rain totals real quick just for people that are curious. Yesterday, we had more than an inch of rain that fell, actually not just in parts of the valley, but also in Show Low and in Flagstaff had over an inch. Officially at Sky Harbor, it was a 1/4 of an inch of rain that fell, but we did see some reports of over an inch where that heavy storm cell moved through. And then this is pretty incredible. If you look at the rain tracker for the last 5 days at Phoenix Sky Harbor, 5 days worth of measurable rain started at 1/10 of an inch on Thursday, almost 2 inches on Sunday, and then that 1/4 of an inch Monday brought us to a rain total of 3 1/4 inch of rain. And for some perspective, that's more rain than we picked up for the monsoon season. And that is not quite, but getting close to half of what is average for a whole year of rain at Phoenix Sky Harbor. A whole year's worth of rain is about 7 1/4.
Wow.
So pretty incredible amount of rain that we had over the last 5 days. You said it, though, the forecast is dry as we move forward. Things look much better over the next several days. And let's see, I'm trying to get to a map for you guys so I can kind of explain what's going to happen next, because even though we are drying out, we don't have a completely quiet forecast. The reason being because that area of low pressure that I mentioned had been kind of parked over the West Coast is going to finally give way across the country. So the low is going to move north of Arizona, but the cold front is going to move through. So today, especially in the afternoon, it'll turn windy in the high country, breezy down in the lower deserts, including the valley. And then behind this cold front, tomorrow into Thursday, even Friday, we've got a bit cooler air in place. So the forecast highs only 79 tomorrow.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. And then low 80s Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and morning temperatures starting on Thursday, which I am excited about because I want to wear a sweater, are in the 50s.
Nice.
So
I was freezing today. My 4:30 live shot, I was so cold. And I have a long sleeve on
was
today.
60, so you're
I was
real cold in the next couple days.
I got to get those jackets out to the cleaners.
And boots. It'll be
And
boots.
boots.
Yeah.
Yes.
AZ Raider has a question. Can microbursts be seen on radar once they happen?
Yes. So on radar itself, it might not be super clear that it is certainly a microburst. You're going to see that, the colorful, the deep reds, that indicator of a pocket of like a hot spot, so to speak. But meteorologists also use something called a velocity product, which is a different product that you can use when you're utilizing radar. And it does show you the winds. If you see it on air, it's typically going to show in green and red, towards and away, meaning which direction are the winds moving from the radar dome.
Right.
And in a tornado, you're going to see something called a couplet, which is like a tiny little red-green coupling. But in a microburst, you're usually going to see like all of a sudden this hot spot of color that flushes forward a direction. And that's what we did see. And actually the National Weather Service posted, I think, on X and on Facebook, a loop of that. So if someone's interested in checking it out, it's very cool to see the evolution of it as I've been calling, kind of bottomed out,
Yeah.
and those winds fell out of the storm. But so you can see that if someone's curious, they can look that up.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
crazy.
Krystal, thank you.
Yeah, guys.
We so appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Krystal. Get some sleep.
I know, seriously. I'm not working this weekend.
Yeah, no.
It has been crazy. Yeah, you'll finally get a little bit of rest. Thank you. All right, we are going to go to Tempe now. We are covering this morning what happened in Tempe and all kinds of crazy weather. And let's go right to what they had to share there.
Wow.
That is nuts.
And I can see now why a lot of those palm trees just snapped right in half.
Isn't that
we
crazy?
were seeing today. It is nuts.
I mean, that is so much crazy.
Yeah. And as Krystal said, I mean, 60 to 70 mile an hour winds.
Yeah.
You could see it right there.
And that is where, for a lot of people, we're just going to let that play out there. You're not going to hear us underneath that. I mean, Lil Philosophy says it doesn't even look like Arizona. And lots of people are really getting excited about sweater weather as well. This is the I-10 there in the East Valley. And there's a truck going through this water. And this is a flooded roadways. I think that the deal is and there's a car making its way through successfully. And these people are kind of hovered in their patio. And you know, that is just, fortunately, many of you made it out okay. And you can still hear that rain. And this is where you were this morning.
We were there all morning long. Yeah, it was Southern and Mill. That was, from what we saw, that was definitely the hardest hit area. There were trees, just massive trees, completely ripped from their roots, toppling over onto those apartments. And as I mentioned too, the walls of those apartments were completely ripped off. So we were standing outside, and you can see inside of these apartments. It's crazy. This weather is. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, this is like an industrial area right off of Baseline and Kyrene, I believe. And just the roof torn off a lot of those offices and those areas there in and around. Look at this one. I'm going to pull up. This is a time lapse here in Tempe.
Is that Tempe Town Lake?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And this is where the Oktoberfest was. But look at that. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
It was just wild. And you can see people even driving in there and somebody on a bike down on that little path.
Wait, do we have an after? Are those tents still standing?
I don't think
we have an after of that.
We have more coverage here on Fox 10 Talks this morning. And thank you all for sharing your thoughts inside the chat. Let us know where you're watching from if you're new. And if you are new, welcome to FTT. Here is another live lookout. We're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.
Where is that at? That's pretty.
All right, welcome back, everyone. If you know where this is, then you're a lot smarter than we are.
Because we don't know, but we know it's beautiful.
We do, yeah. It's a beautiful, clear day.
I see sailboats.
Right?
So maybe somewhere coastal? I don't know.
And somewhere with the good winds to carry those. Oh, it's Seattle.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it must be looking, maybe that's like Kirkland or...
Really pretty.
Yeah, it's turned around in a different direction because we don't see the Space Needle there, but... Pretty day in
Very
Seattle.
pretty. Yeah, we flip-flop them.
In the Pacific.
Usually they're cloudy and rainy and we're sunny, but...
Yeah, I know. It has been crazy. Okay, Nicholas, good morning to you. Sammy G, Halakita, Lil Philosophy, Jen's Wall. Many of you are chiming in on the conversation as well. And so thank you all for sharing your thoughts. Isabella Fredrickson, your hometown, Bella girl. Yes, Seattle. And so let's go to our poll question this morning. Really interesting results. If you have not shared your thoughts on this, if you're on TV on Channel 45, Cable 9, KUTP, you can scan the QR code there on your screen and share your thoughts here on this one. The YouTube, if you're watching us on YouTube, the link to that poll is at the top of the chat. And so the question of the day, it's day 14 of the government shutdown. Your question, when do you think it will end? 75% of you think it's going to go into November.
I wouldn't be surprised with the way things are going, and it doesn't seem like anybody can agree on anything, which is pretty typical.
Right? I know. All right, let's go to the YouTube poll question now. Difficult to see, but we have, I believe that's 1.1 thousand votes in just the last hour. And pretty much the same vote right now. 80% of you voting here are saying it's going to go into November. Let's go to Big D. Let's go to Dave here this morning.
Dave, what do you think?
Well, gosh, it's hard to know what to think.
Yeah, how did you vote on this one?
Well, we have a lot of amazing comments, and I want to share a couple because it shows just how polar opposite the blame game is on this. Richard Atwood, 4840, says the government shutdown will end when Schumer and his cohorts realize that we, the people who are truly Americans, are tired of giving health care to illegals when too many natural-born Americans need it. And then Jonathan Newburn, 2747, says it will end when Republicans negotiate the subsidies for the ACA. Fun fact for MAGA, 80% of ACA funds go to Republican counties. Democrats are doing this for rural Americans. Really interesting comments on both sides. Keep them coming, guys. We love hearing from you.
It has been crazy to watch.
AZ Raider says, I've lost faith in our lawmakers from top to bottom.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why people think it's going to stretch into November.
It has
and
been
beyond.
So crazy to watch this whole thing. I can't believe it's been 14 days.
I remember the last government shutdown, the parks, and I think that's a big story right now happening, the national parks that shut down. I remember going to a few to cover them and just garbage everywhere and weeds growing out of control. And we're already starting to see that just 14 days into it.
And that was when I believe then Governor Doug Ducey of Arizona said that we would pay park workers
to keep them open.
Yep. And so it tells you even then after paying, it still didn't look so pretty. We do have an expert that's joining us this morning, Boaz Atzili, professor of Department of Foreign Policy and Global Security. Professor, good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Good morning.
Your thoughts, if we can speak first on maybe the government shutdown, and I know your expertise is on foreign policy as well, and kind of maybe the state of our political, situation here in the United States. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, I am studying foreign policy and international relations. So less on the domestic side. I think everybody can agree that the government shutdown is bad for the U.S. and the interest of the U.S. and the strength of the U.S. economy. So beyond that, all the discussion between the party, I would rather not get into it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the chat are right there with you. Yeah. They're like, we're not going to get political this morning. Your thoughts on what's happening overseas? And I believe there's, a 20-part plan to this peace deal.
Right. So there is a 20-part plan that President Trump presented about a week ago. And then the first part has been implemented. And the president was talking in a conference in Egypt yesterday with a lot of leaders. It's what we have right now is a ceasefire, and that's very important. That's good that we have it, and Israeli remaining living Israeli hostages came back, 20 of them, the other day. And that's hugely important, but this agreement is just the beginning, and it needs a lot of details that we don't know if they are existing yet. I hope they are, in order to become actually an end of the war. I'm not talking yet about peace, really, because peace is something that's kind of a long way from here, but an end of this horrible war.
And Professor, for things that have gone on so far in Israel between, Israel and Hamas, the hostages being released, does that move the needle at all in terms of the Russia-Ukraine situation happening? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it might have some marginal effect on the Russia-Ukraine situation. Maybe in terms of like where the attention of all the world is going, and maybe a demonstration that there could be a ceasefire, but I don't see a direct influence on the Russia-Ukraine.
Okay, so we do have a question here in our chat on YouTube, Professor. This comes from Lil Philosophy. He says, do you see any signs of provocation for Turkey and Israel when it comes to Syria?
We could see that, but at this moment, I think Turkey decided that it would try to play a constructive role in this last round of negotiation. President Trump involved the president of Turkey, Erdogan, very heavily in pressuring Hamas. So from their perspective, I think they're going to try to not have provocation. And I think, and I hope that the U.S. will hold Netanyahu from creating provocation in Syria right now, because that's the last things needed when Trump wants to go to move the direction into to more stability in the Middle East.
And Professor, what do you think it was in particular that, this has been stretching on for so long in terms of trying to get the hostages out, trying to get a little bit of peace and ceasefire there in Hamas and Israel? What do you think it took to finally get this done?
So Hamas was saying more than a year ago that he's willing to give back all the hostages in return to ending the war and the withdrawal of Israeli troops. They also said, even though not publicly, that they're willing to have somebody else establishing a governance in Gaza instead of Hamas. The main obstacle for that was Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, who wanted the war to go on for his own political reasons, in opposition to the vast majority of Israel and in opposition to Israeli security interests, really. So what moved the needle here is that Trump and his people on the ground, Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, decided that they don't take it anymore. And they decided that basically to impose the deal on Netanyahu, to announce it publicly in a way that Netanyahu could not contradict them. And that's what moved the needle in the end.
It's interesting. You have what happened between Israel and there in the Gaza Strip and Hamas. And now you see President Trump moving on, saying that he's hoping now to have these meetings with Vladimir Zelensky on Friday. That's expected to happen at the White House. There's a lot happening in foreign policy. How important is it to get that resolved, so that we can have, I guess, a more prosperous America?
I think there's a lot of a high degree of interdependence between what happened outside in the world and what happens in the U.S. in particular. And I think it's a really good thing that the president is focusing at least some of his attention outside. But my hope is that there are good, efficient people working on solving all these conflicts. Because in addition to having a forceful voice of the President of the United States that pushes for peace, there needs to be a lot of experts that, looking at the fine details of each of these plans and kind of making sure that there's actually an agreement that can go on and can advance the peace. And that will have significant effect. Definitely an agreement, if it will come between Russia and Ukraine, has significant effect on the Europe and therefore on NATO and therefore on the United States.
Yeah, and Professor, any insight on, you were kind of just mentioning there, what happens next? Now that this has happened, what's the next step?
So in terms of the Israel-Gaza agreement, what needs to be happening next is that Hamas will be disarmed, that there will be established a government, a Palestinian government in Gaza that is technocratic, not political, not Hamas's people for sure, and that there will be, according to the agreement, there will be an international force that will be a stabilization force that will come into Gaza, that the assistance will come into Gaza, because the entire Gaza Strip is devastated, ruined, and they need a lot of food, but they need a lot of medicine, they need a lot of reconstruction. And all of that can happen only after Hamas is leaving, the political power of the Hamas predominantly is leaving the area.
Professor, thank you so much for your time. We know you've done so much work in foreign policy and with the American University, and you are an expert in this field. So we so appreciate your time this morning, and we look forward to chatting with you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. What great insight I think he has on this topic.
Yep, definitely.
He was willing to kind of really kind of expound on it. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to leave you with this beautiful shot of a different city in our beautiful country. We'll be right back. All right, welcome on back, everyone. As we went to break, if you're wondering, hey, where is this beautiful place? Danielle, we found out.
British Columbia.
Yeah.
BC, it looks beautiful out there. We need some boats in the water, though. Maybe a little wake surfing. You wake surf?
Yeah, I do wake surf.
So
Me and
fun.
you.
I know.
We should do one of us. Can you do goofy or no? I can't.
So I am right foot forward. So that's not goofy, right?
I was thinking maybe we could surf at the same time.
We could do it. I know Millery goes on shoulders.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I can put you on my shoulders.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's good.
We'll do that. That'll be tomorrow live at 10, everyone. We'll get the most views in history.
Yeah, no kidding. Wouldn't that be fun, though? That would be fun. Andre, good morning. Andre, do you wake surf or do you surf?
I don't wake surf.
Step up for me, my friend.
We got to get him out.
Yeah, we got to get Andre.
He's very athletic.
Andre Mercado, pickleball is your thing, my friend.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Tell us more about your love for pickleball.
Yeah, so I
Lean into that mic if you don't mind, just a little. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm new to this.
Nope, you're good.
Yeah, so I started playing pickleball, I want to say around 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
Just like our friends introduced it to us, and
it was you and your dad, right?
Yeah, me and technically we all started, like
your
all
family.
My family, we all started together. But me and my dad, we played the most out of all of us. And originally, I thought it was really stupid. Like, you hear pickleball, it sounds really, like, lame, you know? But I tried
the words of a 16-year-old.
I know. Well, if you ask anybody who's a tennis player, they're like, what?
Pickleball.
What do you mean pickleball? Yeah. But it's a real thing.
It's made a huge comeback. Yeah.
Okay, so you recently signed a professional contract with the Professional Pickleball Association. Is that right? Congratulations.
Thank you.
16 years old. You're going to get your license in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. How excited are you about that?
I'm so excited.
He can drive to the courts.
Is mom excited?
Mom's taxi.
Are you? No. Yeah,
no,
I'm with
she's
you.
Not excited.
Well, I was just sharing. I have a 16-year-old son who just got his license like a month ago, and I was not excited. I was like totally freaked out. But now you can drive yourself to the pickleball court, right? What was that like for you? You've been playing for 3 years to get that contract, and how did that whole thing come about?
So I actually didn't know about it until on my 16th birthday. My dad surprised me with it.
Oh my gosh, how great.
How did you get so good so quick? I mean, that seems typically when you get to that level, you've been playing the sport your entire life. You know, tennis players, gymnasts, basketball players. How did you get so good so quick? That seems really fast.
Yeah, I just train really hard. I mean, I play, I want to say 5-6 hours a day on court.
Oh my goodness.
I like to go to the gym too, like 5 days a week. Watch film. I stretch a lot.
I like that film.
Yeah,
that's really good.
Film's super underrated.
It totally is in all sports, I think, really. So you started playing with your dad, right? And when did it click and you were like, okay, I think I'm really good?
I had people telling me I was really good probably a couple months into it, but I started taking lessons, like actual lessons with like a real pro, I want to say 6 months into it, and that's like around when I had my first like tournament.
And now that you have this contract, I guess what happens from here? Do you kind of kick it up a notch? Are things a little bit more serious for you in terms of the game?
I'll probably be doing more tournaments, but work ethic, dedication is still the same. I mean, nothing's changed that much. Just I get to face the tougher competition now. So.
Yeah. Is Dad watching on right now? Is he watching?
He probably is.
Because I just spotted Mercado family on YouTube is chiming in. He's like,
oh, that's awesome.
He said, this is the hottest new sport. And you're absolutely right, Dad. You're absolutely right. So you're in high school. And where kind of, when you play pickleball, do colleges recruit for pickleball or how
do they even have teams?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like when looking ahead, where do you see yourself?
Yeah, they have collegiate teams right now. I think there's a couple schools that offer scholarships, but it's not too mainstream yet. But I actually do compete on the ASU collegiate club pickleball team.
Good for you.
So we're going to have our first tournament in, I want to say early November in Farmers Branch, Texas. So that'll be fun.
That's amazing. And you said you practice 5-6 hours. So what about school? How do you practice that much? Yeah. How do you balance that?
I take ASU Prep Digital, and it's very flexible. It's kind of like a do it like on your own time kind of school. So I schedule all my pickleball stuff and training And all my time around that, I'm just doing school basically. So
Yeah. So it's all
really works for
online.
me.
Okay, I know what my 16-year-old son does. Like on the weekends, goes grabs like Wingstop with friends, or he's like, I'm gonna go hang out at like Luke's house, and we're gonna watch football. Do you have time to do those type of teenage things, or are you kind of like laser focused right now?
I'm pretty laser focused. Sometimes I have time, but I'm usually pretty busy.
Yeah. Do you have like a favorite paddle? Like, do you have gear that you love that you depend on? Like,
And there's
you
so
know?
much new gear now.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many brands and shoes, and it's
a thing.
The whole industry is massive.
Yeah, so I am actually sponsored by this company called Proton Sports. They make my favorite paddles. That's why I use them. They're based here in Scottsdale, Arizona. Headquarters are like 5 minutes from my house. They're great. They're one of the main sponsors, I think, for the PPA tour. And yeah, they're so mainstream. I feel like a lot of people use them. They're very popular.
And do you guys have tournaments? Are you guys pretty competitive? Mom, sister? We see grandma over there as well. Dad? Do they get in on the game?
Grandma goes, no, not me.
She's like, I'm a spectator, cheerleader.
That's actually great that you bring that up. She comes to like all my tournaments.
Aww.
Like we have gone to Fort Lauderdale, Utah, Cincinnati, let's see, Texas.
Grandma, do you yell? Are you a screamer or like a cheerer? Or are you just like a silent supporter?
In the
Everything's
heart.
inside. Oh, so when you see her in the stands, you're just like, Grandma, she's supporting me.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's so great. Okay, we do have a question from your father. He says, how often are you on the road?
Tournaments we're going to start doing twice a month.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's
they're
out of
all
state, or they?
Yeah.
Okay.
All around the country.
Because it's pretty big here in Arizona, though, would you say?
Yes. Arizona is one of the main hubs of pickleball, along with California, Utah, and Florida.
Okay.
And Austin.
And I mean, it's age ranges. I have friends, obviously the younger generation. I think it's so good because it's literally for everybody. Everybody can play it.
Exactly. Yeah. When I first started, I was 12 years old, and I was able to hang with adults, which is something that you really can't do in
it is a fun sport. I feel like it's almost like you can play it when you're young, and then you can play it when you're older. There's like different leagues. It's one of those sports you can play for a long time. What do you love about it? Like, what wakes you up in the morning and you're like, I'm going to go practice again, or I'm going to, what do you love about pickleball?
I can do it all day, every day. I don't know. It's just something that clicks for me. Maybe it's the sound of the ball that when it hits the paddle, or I don't know. Just.
Did you play sports before?
I played soccer.
You played soccer. Okay.
Nice. What position?
I played defense.
Okay, you're in the back. I have 2 soccer players at home.
Okay,
so
nice.
yeah, so there's something about, I think, your foot speed probably, right? Your technical skill. For those of you who play pickleball, isn't that front called the kitchen, right? What's part of like your sweet spot? Or do you hang back? Are you like one of the guys who likes to hang up in the kitchen, up in the front? How does it work?
Yeah, so basically all the players, their main goal is to try to get up to the kitchen and dink is what you call it, which is when you kind of like hit it like softly over the net.
So it's like right in the front, and it's hard for them to get to it.
Yeah, because you can't step in the kitchen. So that's why you try to like move your dinks around and try to force a pop up from them. And that's when like you get a high one, and then you can crush it at their feet.
Oh, nice. Like a spike almost.
Yes,
exactly. Like a spike in volleyball.
Yes.
And so are you known to be one of the best players in Arizona for your age range?
Yes.
Love it.
Oh my goodness.
We have a winner, folks.
What do those college kids think when you're there with the ASU crew? Are they like, who's this 16-year-old guy? You're probably beating them on the court.
Yeah.
He's like, hopefully no one's listening. I'm trying to be modest here, folks.
Yeah. Okay, when's your next tournament? How can we follow all the fun that you're having?
Yeah, so I have a tournament coming up in Vegas in a week or two, on October 20th.
Uh-huh.
And you can watch that on Pickleball TV. And they also have it on YouTube. And yeah.
Okay.
Fun. Vegas, my hometown.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go say hi to Nathan Miller.
Let's
Hey, Dad.
go. Let's go.
We should go.
We'll go.
We should go.
We'll go support you, Andre. We'll be the silent supporters with Grandma.
I don't know about that. I don't see you as a silent supporter, Celeste.
Maybe for the first minute of the match, and then I'll go nuts.
I see you getting a little fiery out there.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you
luck
for
to
joining
you.
us.
Thank you
And
so
go
much.
Sun Devils.
Yes.
We love the Devils
We
around
do.
here.
We're big Sun Devil fans here.
That's right.
All right, let's go to, I think we have, Dave, where do we find our T-shirt winner?
T-shirt winners are on your script right there.
Okay, hold on one second. We've got T-shirt winners.
Standing by.
Standing.
Oh, wait. I just had it. Oh, no.
Where are they?
Oh, no. This is what happens when Ron's off. The wheels just completely
We're going to give
fall
you
off
this
the
beautiful
bus.
shot here real quick, and then we're going to go to the
Ron,
T-shirt
we're going to need you to
winners.
call in with the winners here.
Yeah,
Ron, do we
Dave's
have
gonna
Ron?
help find it for us. Andre, have you been to BC, to Canada?
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I'd
that's
love to
good.
go.
Well, this is it right here. This is a look at Canada, and so you're one of these sweet days, buddy. You're going to get there. Okay,
Dave, I literally don't even have it
Oh, I
anymore.
think Dave has it here.
Oh.
Okay, wonderful.
Oh,
Okay.
the bottom.
Oh, it's at the bottom.
Here we
Okay.
go. I found it too. Okay. The bus is now rolling, folks.
Okay, Andre, you can hang out with us for a little bit. You can help us wish them. Okay, so T-shirt Tuesday. We have your winners. The final time we're congratulating the winners on our Fox 10 Talker T-shirt giveaway. Are you guys ready?
Drum roll, please.
B. Miguel, Christopher, Stephen Phoenix, Sabrina Ott 2411, and Patrick Hoyak 7168. We also have winners in Scottsdale, Glendale, Sells, Goodyear, Peoria, Mesa, and Gilbert.
Love it. And also it says that we have winners that haven't claimed their prizes. Where are you guys at?
Yeah.
Hello. Come
Okay,
chat
so-
with us. You guys can send the email to Fox 10 Team so you guys can still get your shirt.
Yeah. Andre, you can sign up for a shirt.
And an
too.
autograph from Andre.
I'll do it.
He's like, wait a second. I didn't sign up for this.
And maybe you can wear it on the court. Dave, what do you think, Big Dave?
I love it.
Yeah.
We got to get him one.
That's
right.
That'd be great.
All right. Andre, thank you so much for joining us.
And
We
good luck to
appreciate it,
you.
my friend. Good luck to you.
Thank you, guys.
Here is another beautiful look. Oh, look, Jen's Wall says, yay, winners. Yes. Michael Edward Donovan says, FTT first winner chicken dinner. Many of you. So,
Oh, boy.
and so thank you all for joining us today. This has been a really wonderful Tuesday,
Yes.
T-shirt Tuesday.
That's right. T-shirt Tuesday. Get your T-shirts.
And go ahead.
And
let me-
Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday. Do you like
Yes.
tacos, Andre?
I love tacos.
Oh,
I'm
he
actually
loves-
Who
part
doesn't?
Mexican, so.
Oh, you're part. Oh, yeah, with your last name.
Mm-hmm.
Who doesn't love a taco?
Oh, favorite taco?
I love El Pastor.
Oh, now you're talking, brother. now
Taco
you're
boys,
talking.
sign me up.
With that salsa bar.
So good.
All right, Ty and Anita will be up in just a few moments. We're going to leave you with this beautiful shot. Big thank you to everybody who's joined us here today. And maybe give pickleball a try. Andre, what's your handle on social media?
Andre Mercado, and then it's either dot or underscore PB.
Andre Mercado. All right, have a great Tuesday, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hi. Hello.
Well, welcome on in.
Tuesday.
Keep things rolling here on a Tuesday. You should have heard I just scolded Anita because she never looks at the clock.
That's why I have you, buddy.
She's just jibber-jabbering. She's just jibber-jabbering like, hey, Anita, time to start the show, sis.
Talking about all the news that we're covering.
And there's
a lot of news. Hi, everyone. Good morning.
All right.
Thanks for staying with us.
They haven't seen the socks in a while. They're kind of boring today.
What are they?
Let's see if Linda, you're going to be in this too.
Hi, Linda.
They're boring.
Oh, they're boring. Polka dot. Have you worn your fair socks?
No, you know what? Yes, they need to get into my rotation here.
Should we wear them Friday?
Sure, why not?
Okay. I gave mine to my husband, but I'll steal them from him.
All right. Well, we have Linda here
Hi, Linda.
from the Phoenix Zoo, one of our favorite guests to come in.
He says that to everybody.
I know he does.
Okay. Linda, I did not say that to everybody. But man, you guys, we were just talking about the storm, and you guys just got walloped. That whole little Tempe area, across Tempe Town Lake, and then up where you guys are near the Papago Butte area. Man, just walloped.
I feel like it came out of nowhere. I mean, I know it affected a lot of areas of Tempe, but one of the stories I was just telling you, one of my coworkers, Joaquin, he's amazing. He goes out and gets all the footage of all of our animals, and he loves it when it rains because just like all Arizonans, it's raining. We're like, oh, we don't get this. Let's just go out and see what everybody's doing. The animals love to be out in the rain. So I watched him hop on a golf cart and drive away, and literally 10 seconds later, this wall of just white sheet wind and rain came in, and I was like, oh my gosh, Joaquin, I was so worried about him. And then we start hearing all the calls on our radios from our rangers, and guests were making a run for shelter, anything that they could get inside. And there was a lot of dynamics. There were a lot of moving pieces because we're not just a place where guests come. We are a place where we have guests and we have animals. And
big
we have
animals.
wild animals.
Big wild animals.
Yes. And so, everybody kind of knows what they need to do. So keepers jump into action. They go directly to their animals. They go directly to the habitats. They're making sure they're getting the animals inside that can come inside.
Linda, how do they do that quickly? Because I can only imagine that's got to be a hard.
That's a great
especially
question.
When it's kind of.
It's not like you can go in and put a collar and a leash on the tiger and lead it to safety.
But
you have to coax them.
Yes. So the good thing is the night houses for our animals. That's their safe place. That's where they get fed. The keepers have been working with them over the years, over months, over days, however long it takes certain animals. They are trained. When the keeper calls them in, they are coming in. Occasionally you'll get somebody who's stubborn and doesn't want to come in. But that is just the relationship that our keepers have with these animals. They open up those shift doors, which is the door between the habitat and their nighttime enclosure. Those animals came right in.
And those relationships with the keepers are really, really incredible because we've both been there behind the scenes watching. And like you said, that's something that they really work towards is establishing that relationship and that trust. So the animal knows if the keeper's saying you need to do this, they understand that this is what you need to do. We left here, at like 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I was heading on the 10 to the 51 and looked over to that area where you guys are located and saw that really like a wall of rain, a wall of water. And this is what the zoo looks like from this morning.
Yeah, this is from Skyfox this morning. Yeah. This was kind of your big display that you guys have, that big kind of tree that's over in the lake.
It is.
No, for zoo lights.
It's the 50-foot tall digital floating tree, the tallest one in North America. We're joking today. We're like, it's a cornucopia. It's the largest floating cornucopia. Yeah, so that's really disheartening because that is a lot of work. But actually, right when I was leaving here, the folks that helped us put that tree on the lake with a crane, they are out there today. They're already navigating. They're going to get the boat out there. They're going to drag it to shore. They're going to, fix it and put it back up. But we had a lot of damage. A lot of the damage is because of downed trees. We have about nearly 24 downed trees that have fallen over.
Bigger trees?
They're not the biggest that we've ever had fall over. A lot of them are some fever trees, but that area is right there in front of the savanna. That tree is actually resting on our savanna grill, which is like an indoor eating area. We did have a lot of guests race to that area for shelter as well. We had a lot of flooding, a lot of mud. That's just a very small inkling of the mud. So lots of leaf litter, debris. Obviously, when some of the trees go down, it uproots some of the concrete. That's another Zoo Lights piece. That's our 200-foot long Zoo Lights tunnel, which is
now about a 30-foot long Zoo Lights tunnel.
I have video of that tunnel in my phone.
It's beautiful. It is repairable. It's salvageable. We started yesterday with the cleanup. This happened during public zoo hours. Normally when a storm hits like this, it's in the summer, it's late afternoon.
We're
already closed. Yeah. Guests aren't there, or it's overnight. We had about approximately 400 guests inside the zoo. Wow. During just this hour. A lot of people came yesterday, but by the time people had left, that's what we're approximating was still inside the zoo. So, once the keepers were racing to their habitats, then other staff, as well as rangers, security, just people who normally are sitting behind a desk, we got on golf carts, we went outside, we started getting guests on our cart, and we were taking them outside or to a sheltered area.
I was going to ask Linda, okay, obviously we see these giant trees that are falling down. My biggest fear would be, what if this for somehow, hits an enclosure and an animal gets out or something like that? So are you guys also scouring to make sure that there's no damage to actual enclosures?
Yes, that is one of the keepers' first priorities, is to make sure, where are all my animals?
Sure.
Is there anything in their habitat that can add, a route for them to get
jump
out?
On or something?
What has been compromised? And again, that's why it's so important that they're able to bring those animals inside. But then we have another team, our operations team goes around and they're checking the perimeter fencing, because we did have, in one of our flamingo habitats, a tree did come down, but actually, thankfully, it's being renovated, so the flamingos were next door.
Oh, wow.
So they weren't there.
They just watched from afar.
They just watched, and we're glad they were next door.
Yeah.
And then on the Arizona Trail, a tree toppled over the fence line of our Mexican wolf habitat. We've got 3 male Mexican wolves, and they were kind of checking out, what is going on here? So they were wondering what was going on as well. But luckily, nobody was injured. I mean, that's what we are so grateful for. No guests, no staff, no animals, because the veracity that this moved through in the short amount of time.
It was wild.
There was not a lot of places you could go and not, feel the impacts of that storm. So people were shaken. They were definitely terrified. It was a very scary situation. They were wet. They were shaken, but luckily everybody is safe.
We did a piece a couple of years ago where we came in during the monsoon season and talked about damage and preventing that, but you guys actually have a little weather center within the zoo where you're keeping track on this, because you have that protocol of how to get the animals out, how to get them to safety.
Exactly. I mean, this is definitely, this was severe, but yes, we actually do drills. We do weather drills. We do active shooter drills. We do escaped animal drills.
Oh.
Very often. And so, like I said, everyone kind of knows what their job is and what their role is. But yes, we knew there was, some clouds in the sky. We knew some rain was coming, but with the veracity that it came through, I don't think anybody could really predict that. It was quick and it was fast.
Too. Absolutely.
So strong. Yeah, it was so strong.
So Zoo Lights, we have a lot of people commenting about that. That will go on.
It will go on. We cannot mess with a Valley tradition nearly 35
We love Zoo Lights.
Strong.
When do they usually start, Linda?
So corporate nights, organizations will book out holiday parties for their employees. That starts November 1st.
Oh, I'm sorry. When do they start actually preparing and putting
preparing for
months
ago.
June. Yeah. So stuff was already underway.
Oh my gosh, there were so many trees. I've kind of been joking with the team. I'm we tout that we have more than 4 million lights. We might be a little under 4 million lights this year, just because we lost quite a few.
We'll come out and help. We'll come out and help.
I know. Come on out.
So they're just going to have to go back, redo a few things, and everything's going to reopen or open as scheduled.
But you're closed today and closed tomorrow?
Closed today, closed tomorrow. I am confident with the progress that I've already seen today. We will be open to the public on Thursday.
Now, are you having to contract out with other entities to clean up those big trees and stuff like that, or do you guys have people on property that can do that?
The big trees that you've seen, those we definitely have to bring in some experts, to get those out of there. A few of the trees we've already cut down. Our horticulture team is amazing. Our operations folks were out in forklifts already. They were hauling off some of the trees. trees. So again, from yesterday, we've made tons of progress. So I'm really confident that we'll get this cleaned up in the next couple of days.
Lil Philosophy says Joaquin is a great guy, great videos on the YouTube channel.
He's amazing. I love him. He's hilarious.
They're also asking about the alligator, and I mean that's a question I have. Are the animals out in their enclosures today, watching the cleanup, wondering what the heck just happened?
Right. So most of the animals that have night houses are in their night houses because the keepers and horticulture staff are having to go in the habitats to clean them up.
Sure.
But alligators don't have a night house. They just go to the bottom of the lake.
There you go. Okay.
You know, they're not
surfacing.
concerned with what we're doing.
No.
But Lulu, the rhino, she's out like nothing happened. She's totally fine. Nothing happened in her habitat. She's just eating her hay last time I checked on her. So she's
Linda,
good.
I was going to ask you a dumb question. Okay,
no dumb questions on Fox 10 Talks.
My dogs get so freaked out. Thunder, lightning, storms like this. Do any of your animals get freaked out when there's inclement weather like this?
So when it's a slow drizzle or even kind of like a hard rain, they actually really enjoy it. They're playing in the water, they're enjoying it, they're swinging from tree to tree.
We're excited to see some rain.
That's exactly it. Like you see the little kids and the kayakers in the park, they're kind of enjoying that. But I did talk to the carnivore keeper. She was almost to the night house when the storm hit.
So when you say carnivore keeper, who is she looking after?
So she takes care of all the lions and the tigers and the bears, but she was particularly walking into the night house of the lion habitat. And when the storm hit, she was just doing her regular duties. She walks in after the storm had hit. She hurriedly opened up the shift door and called Zuri, which is, one of the lionesses. Yeah. She says they came running in like,
what?
Please.
We're here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What about the baby lions? The lion cubs?
Huge. They are huge. They came in with their mom and their aunt, and they're like, okay, what's up?
We were born in Arizona.
On?
We don't know what all this is.
But the funny thing is, she said she was on her cart. She drove past their enclosure. One of the lion cubs was on its back, just chilling. By the time she made a quick turn and was entering the night house, that's how fast it hit.
Wow.
And so she opened the doors, and they ran right in. And they're inside today because they're just doing some cleanup.
Lil Philosophy says lions hate the water. I feel like the animals have like a sixth sense and they know this stuff is coming.
So the last time when we had those really heavy rains on the 27th, they pretty much had a pond through their habitat. They were loving it.
Oh.
That day they were loving it. So I'm not sure about every day.
So Thursday, Friday would be a good day to go see the animals because they're really going to be curious and excited out there.
What's going on.
They're going to be happy to be back out, see what's going on.
Well,
cool.
Thank you so much for coming in. We're sorry that this happened, but you guys were Johnny on the spot and making sure all your guests and animals were safe, so we appreciate that. But it's sad to see the damage that happened at the zoo.
Really quick, 10 seconds, Monkey Island. Someone's asking. A lot of damage there.
Oh, in Monkey Village? No, Monkey Village is actually okay.
Oh, okay.
It really went over that area.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Much more ahead in 2 minutes. Stay with us. All right.
He's
Welcome
pushing
back.
the buttons.
And again, not paying attention to the timing.
See, I don't pay attention
Per
at the top, and
usual.
you don't pay attention during breaks.
Oh, that's true.
But at least now we know when to hit the brakes and when to hit the out. Because do you remember?
When we first started, I kept hitting the brakes like 5 minutes too early, and you're like, we still have 5 minutes to go. We still have 5 minutes.
We can keep talking.
Whoopsie.
Did you get a lot of rain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I posted on my Instagram story yesterday because I got home and I stayed with Erica, our meteorologist, and we did some Fox 10 talks.
Oh, I thought you moved in
live.
with her, like stayed at her house.
No.
Okay.
We were just here tracking the storm, and she was saying this looks like it's going to be coming right up the 51, which is the road I take to get home.
Me too.
Oh man, and she was right. It was coming down in buckets, and then I got home and I put it on my Instagram story because I was watching. My pool is like this, obviously.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to what they got in Tempe
yeah.
and
We're
the
not
zoo.
making but absolutely.
Man, I was like this, and then the roof leaked at the house.
I went to I got on the 10 and I could see that just massive wall, and I texted Krystal and I was like, oh man,
this looks bad.
Yeah. And well, this is actually, I texted Krystal once I was at a stoplight on the 50 when I went to yoga, and we were walking in. I said, this is going to hit any second. Everyone's like, what are you talking about?
And then boom.
And I took a picture, posted, and literally turned around, and it was just in my face.
Pretty wild to see. And then
it kept going for a while.
The video that we've been getting in from some of these areas in Tempe has just been pretty devastating to see.
And I know Krystal's been talking about it and forecasting it, but I still feel like living in the desert, it's kind of shocking
when we
to
get that
see
much rain
5
that
days
quick.
of rain, and it's not winter and it's not the monsoon. So hope everyone out there's okay.
All right, let's talk about this.
Okay.
I thought this was pretty interesting. When you get your passport,
the best part,
you get to go get those stamps when you travel.
We had to renew our passports last summer, and I was really upset. We got the old ones back, but now I had to start over with new stamps, and I was getting a good collection going.
But listen to this: the EU, the European Union, is phasing out passport stamps for non-EU nationals, meaning us. So starting, this was on Monday, they introduced a new digital entry and exit system. So instead of getting a physical stamp in your passport, they're going to read your biometric data. So they're going to do your fingerprints. They're also going to take an image of your face, and then you basically just kind of go right like this, those automatic gates.
It's wild.
It is.
We traveled to Japan last year and to Italy this year, and I could not believe how absolutely streamlined it was. I think in Japan we had to put our fingers down. I don't remember doing that in Europe. But I felt like they were like, hey, Anita, come on in. They had all the info. And then we have the global entry. If anyone at home has that I'd love to hear your feedback on that. But you have the global entry. You land in the U.S. I don't even think they scanned my passport. They did a facial recognition.
Yep.
And then they literally just said, okay, hi.
Come on through.
That's it.
But so those stamps you get at the passport.
I'm bummed about that.
The stamps you get at the airport, when you go through immigration, you're not going to get those anymore when you travel to Europe.
I feel like some of the like old school things,
I know.
I wish they'd stick around.
So this is going to be kind of a gradual implementation. So depending on what airport you fly in or out of, you might be seeing these. Some of like maybe the older airports, they might not have it just yet, but some of these newer airports are going to be having these things up and running. So make sure your passport's
Isabella
not bent.
says that she's bummed too because she was collecting them.
Yeah, I love that. That's like the fun part. You go through, it's like a little souvenir. You get your little passport stamped.
I didn't have to buy anything because I had a stamp.
There you go.
Now I'm going to have to buy something.
Now you're going to have to buy something.
I'm going to have to buy a stamp.
You're going to be forced to buy something. All right, so last week we talked about gold. Guess what's up now?
Silver.
Silver.
So which one do you buy?
Good question.
Because silver's a little bit less expensive.
It is. I was going to look today. Hold on.
Okay,
I can
let's
actually
look.
do this real quick to see what the price of silver is.
Anyone at home buy silver or gold? We had an expert on last week who explained a little bit that you don't necessarily have to buy the physical bars or coins. You can do what he called ETF. And I still don't know exactly what that is because I'm not smart with all of that. But I thought that was a really... Dave, don't laugh at me. Dave is laughing at me, y'all.
do a silver...
Big D is laughing at me.
You can do a silver ETF as well.
Okay.
But it hit their first record since 1980. So silver hit, let's see. Hold on. Where did I just find the number? Silver futures rose more than 7% yesterday, approaching records that were set back in January of 1980, which is a time when the Hunt brothers infamously sought to corner the market.
Do you think that the silver prices are going up because the gold prices have gone up so much, and our experts they're going to keep going up, so now people are thinking, well, silver's cheaper, let's kind of try to run that up a little bit.
Who knows? We'll see. But there you go.
Well,
so if you want to buy some silver or gold.
Well, did we find out how much it is, though?
Yeah, hold on.
How much is silver?
It's a lot cheaper than gold. Right. Today it's $50.
$39.50 per an ounce. Silver price today.
Where are you reading that? Well, this is the silver future.
APMEX. Is that a site where you go to 5220?
There you go. All right. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
This is the dream. It is.
All right.
Okay.
Our next guest.
Hi.
We have Keatyn and Ashley.
Nice and close for us because these mics don't pick up very. Oh, there we go. What kind of guest are you in store for?
The learning experience in Chandler. And I saw the email that you guys were talking about, and I just was really intrigued by this because you guys are obviously early education. Kids can't talk yet. But you guys do something pretty interesting over there. Talk a little bit about what you guys have started to implement into your curriculum with these younger kids.
And when you say younger and early education, what age groups?
So we're infants through to pre-K.
Like itty bitties.
Yes.
Babies, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Yes.
You're teaching 6 weeks. Wow.
Now, the exposure is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, we have ASL integrated into our curriculum.
Cool.
And so it starts in our infant program and goes all the way through to our pre-K.
So ASL, American Sign Language.
Yes, sir.
So why did you guys kind of implement that into your programming?
Sure. Well, Keatyn is our infant teacher, recently promoted as our curriculum coordinator.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So I think she'd love to kind of
tell us a little bit about that, Keatyn.
Can you tell me if I'm correct? Can I?
Yeah, you're getting there.
Okay.
You can't. No one can see what you're doing.
So it's
She was just flipping you off, Keatyn.
B.
Well, I'm spelling my name.
Your name.
Oh.
A-N.
Okay.
Yes.
I-T-A.
Yes.
Yes?
I believe so.
Okay.
Close enough.
I was always proud of that.
Yes. And I will say before Keatyn takes over is that we, the goal for ASL is really to communicate, right? When they don't have the skills to do so.
Yeah.
So we are more of the communication skills for their needs.
Like hungry, tired, thirsty.
Yes. Yes.
So will you walk us through how that kind of works and how you kind of start to integrate that into letting these kids know that's how they can communicate with you?
Yeah, so it starts in the infant room. Like as soon as they're 6 weeks old, and if they start at 6 weeks old, then we each month have like a sign of the month. So during circle time, we'll set time aside to kind of teach them that sign. And then throughout the day, we implement that sign / other signs, especially like manners or if they need water, stuff like that, just to help communicate with what they need since they verbally can't tell us.
Sure.
My cousin did this with my nephews, and I don't know if he was like 6 months old, sitting in his high chair, and right, and he wanted right, like more food, and I thought that was so incredible and really smart because, like you said, they're still learning how to talk. Their verbal skills aren't there, but it's such a great, fantastic way to communicate, and they're learning.
Yeah. Well, and it also helps with the behavioral, right? Where, one of my favorite signs, and I use it as an adult.
Oh, we're not allowed to show that sign.
All done.
Oh, I'm going to use that with Ty.
What's important about that is typically children will tell us they're all done eating by throwing their food on the floor, right? As to where we're preventing them from throwing their food on the floor by signing, I'm all done.
Are there concerns that if they're learning the sign language, they won't work on their verbal skills?
We don't see that. Yeah, I've been in the industry for over 20 years, and we've never
No,
seen
and even when we are
effect.
signing too, like we'll say the
word.
And then as they get older and are able to kind of communicate, it's like mo for more, and then it's more.
Sure.
And then they'll still do it too.
Yeah.
Do you see that the kids get maybe like less frustrated when they're able to tell you in their own certain way what they're trying to, I guess, say?
Yes.
what they need.
Yes,
what they
absolutely.
need.
Yeah.
Cute. We definitely, not only infants too, we see that with children who maybe have a speech delay,
Sure.
right? It still encourages that communication and gives them that opportunity to express what they're feeling without having the verbal skills to do
I was
so.
going to say my nephew is autistic, and so they did the same thing. My sister and her husband did the sign language, and that really seemed to kind of open up a whole world for him because he couldn't verbally say what he wanted to, but by doing some of the signs for more, and I can't think the other one was the eat.
Please.
Oh, I don't know if we did. I don't know if we did please, but
And how do you say all done? All done. I like that. You know what I think is amazing is I think that in society we think of, oh, you speak another language. Ty speaks Spanish, I speak Polish. Most people don't think that sign language is another language.
Yeah.
And it is. I mean, we're still speaking English, but it is. And there are so many careers and opportunities that whether you're verbal or nonverbal and know sign language, you just never know where this can lead.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's a skill that is so needed to communicate.
Yeah.
Now, is this something new that you guys have incorporated, or have you guys been doing this for a while?
Yeah, we've been doing this for several years. It's just been a part of our curriculum, and it's fairly common for anybody in early education to implement this, but we have it completely integrated into our program and from infancy through to pre-K.
Do you teach parents some of these simple things too, so they can use this at home?
Yeah, so we have communication tools with parents. We'll email them the information.
Oh,
This is
neat.
what your child is learning. We have show and tell, which is a daily communication.
Cool.
We can send pictures and photos and
Nice.
videos and
Yeah.
You guys are in the Chandler location. There are other learning experience locations. Do they implement the same programming?
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
any learning experience, the learning experience in that is our franchise location or corporate location, we all use the same curriculum.
So when you guys went to school, did you have to study sign language? Or is this something that you've just kind of picked up as well, and that way you're able to teach it to the kids?
Yep.
That's cool.
We learn as we go too.
Yeah.
There's some things that are just kind of common knowledge throughout like the school, but then as like more and more signs each month show up, then that's how we also learn.
So cool. How do you say thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We've only got about a minute left, but I wanted to ask you kind of what has kind of been your, as the educator, when you start to see these kids using this, it must be kind of rewarding for you.
Oh, absolutely. It is actually crazy, especially once they get to that age of like 7 months old and they're starting to eat the like purees and things like that. They're able to say more, please, thank you, and things like that. It's amazing.
All right, 20 seconds left. Give us how folks can find you.
You can find us on the learningexperience.com.
Awesome.
Thank you both.
you guys so
Thank
much.
you both for coming in.
It's so neat to think of a 6-month-old communicating
Yeah,
like that.
that's
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
Des and Dom are coming up.
They're coming up next. We'll see you guys
See you tomorrow.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It is so fun.
Yeah, I don't remember why we
Thanks for joining us and staying with us right here on Fox 10 Talks. Can you believe it's October 14th already? Tuesday?
It's already going to be Halloween. I'm like, wait, I don't have a costume.
Ooh, Halloween. I'm just thinking, wait, then Thanksgiving, Christmas, what? It's all coming way too quickly. So here's a live look. This morning we have our camera here in downtown pulled up, and it is nice to see this image in the sky today, given everything we've been through.
Yeah, happy Tuesday. I like little philosophy, say good morning, Fox 10 twins.
It is. It's Des and Dom. And you guys, we have an in-studio guest with us today as well. We have Jenna Lerquin. You're the owner of JL Patisserie. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. Yes, thanks for being here. It's been a lot. What a whirlwind, I guess. Week, 48 hours?
Yeah, stormy weekend.
Okay,
sure.
Yeah, literally and
figuratively
Exactly.
in the business world. So for those of you who don't know, the bakery is catching headlines because you've had a situation unfold with an influencer who wanted to come in and do a review on the bakery. And we're going to play your video that you made. And we'll watch that, and then we'll come back out.
Chat.
Is that...
We'll debrief.
Let's see. Shot 1. Here you go, guys.
We recently had an influencer reach out to us and ask to do a collaboration, and we respectfully declined because it was not in our budget right now. Then she essentially tried to blackmail us by saying if we offered the food for free, she would then write a good review about us. I told her we'd think about it, but she still came in the next day. And although we hadn't agreed to collab with her, we recognized her when she came in, and we still were very accommodating and offered her extra drinks. So we totally respect a bad review. But what we don't like is lying and bullying. The first thing she said was that our pistachio was so faked. Fun fact. We have right here our pistachio paste that is 100% pistachios from Italy. All of our flours that we use in our product, the farine de blé, épeautre, gruyère rouge, all comes on a pallet from Europe. And also, this is our panettone flour, straight from Italy. It's written entirely in Italian. Not bad for close to the airport bakery. Beyond the fact that we spend 10 times the amount of money to buy the ingredients, the most valuable part of our product is the time we spend to make them. From our sourdough starter to our dough, every single thing is handmade from scratch.
To make this, we spent 6 months to learn how to feed it, know how to work with it.
And it only likes the flour from Italy. And this isn't just about me. This specific influencer has gone to many different local restaurants and bullied them. The problem is if the next generation is influenced by her to believe it's okay to bully and disrespect the food industry. We like working with influencers, but acting like the working class is beneath you and promoting this kind of message on social media and bribing us for free stuff is not really something we support. My biggest pride in what I've built here isn't just how I source my ingredients, but it's having found the people to be in my team that wake up every day and that care about what we do, our processes, and that work really, really hard to do this. And most of all, thank you to our customers, sincerely, because it's thanks to you that since day one, I get to live my dream of having a bakery. And thanks to your support, I've been able to continue to be as true to my art.
Local headlines as well. Just an unfortunate situation to have to deal with as a business owner and a new mom.
Yes, I think it's crazy. I was not expecting it to blow up as much as we did. I really just truly wanted to stand up for ourselves, our product, and my team. So, yeah, but I really appreciate the outcome and the support.
Because, in this day and age with influencers, and for those who aren't familiar, sometimes they do partnerships with places, brands, that type of thing, receive something in return. In this case, you guys said it wasn't in the budget. That's just how it was. The person came in the next day. Did you think it was something kind of fueled maybe just because of the conversation you guys had prior to this that led to that type of review?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she had already established a character of being a little bit harsh on reviews. That was kind of the way she differentiated herself. But it felt like
only if we accepted, then she would be genuine and nice on the review. But it felt a bit of a threat. If you're not nice, or if you don't accept to collaborate, you'll see what I can do. And so it felt really unwarranted.
Yeah. And I just want to be clear too, because we have to try to get both sides of the story. I did try reaching out to that particular influencer who now has their profile set to private, so I couldn't get through to be able to invite her on today. But I wanted to have you on, Jenna, because you and I have worked together multiple times in the past, and I've seen the bakery, I've seen the products you guys use, and how long it takes to make what you've brought here, croissant. It takes days and hours and
5 days.
Right.
Yeah.
5 days.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very long process, and everything that we do is sourdough based. So that adds even more length to what we do, and we're really proud to do that.
And I thought it was cool too in the video, you kind of take us behind the scenes, because like Desiree said, we don't realize all that goes behind making these beautiful croissants. You were showing like the flour, other things. You're like, this is all in Italian, right? It just showing like this is legit, and you guys really source your products. How important was it for you to, the ingredients that you use to get those from elsewhere?
Very important, because right now it's very expensive with the tariffs and everything. And every day as a business owner, I have to make the decision, is this worth paying so much more to source the highest quality? And the fact that we have kept standing up to do that was something I really wanted to demonstrate, because we have been biting our nails the last 6 months to continue to do it right, and to be called fake was something that really hurt me and my business in a way, because it was really untrue. So I was happy that I did have the ingredients that I could show. It was just me saying, that's not true, I have the best ingredients. I was like, let me show you. We take you back here and let me show you I do have the best ingredients. And it spoke for itself.
Right. And you studied. And give us a little bit of your backstory. You studied in Paris, and the business came about because you were inspired by your dad, which is just an incredible story.
Yeah. So I did Cordon Bleu in Paris, and then I relocated here. I was a pastry chef for a country club, and my dad really thought that I should have a bakery, and it was my dream, but I was very afraid to do it. And he's the one who really pushed me. He came multiple times to be like, we can do this. What can I do to help you? And we really started the bakery with my dad, and it was something very special. Unfortunately, he passed away in 2020, but I think he would be really proud to see this.
Yeah, and that was a difficult time for you, and to survive through COVID, which was difficult for so many local business owners, I think. And let's show these off, because something that takes 5 days to make. We have your single shot camera, so we're going to pull you up.
Okay.
5 days to make that. It's incredible.
Yes. A lot of lamination, a lot of love, an incredible team behind this. And like I said in my video, what I'm the most proud of is not just the ingredient that I source, is my people, my team, and also my customer. I did have an incredible support from the community prior to all of this event since COVID, but people really did show up this weekend even stronger. So I really appreciate that.
What are some of the pastries that just fly off the shelves?
Right now it's the chocolate pistachio croissant, obviously. A bit controversial.
Real pistachio, right? I mean, you even roast your own pistachios.
We do roast pistachio. We grind them also. We have a pistachio flour. So we really use real pistachios.
Because that was some of the controversy, is that the pistachio in the pastry wasn't real.
That everything was faker than most of her body parts. And I was like, that is not entirely true. So
there's going to be a pistachio shortage now, Jenna.
Right. I'm sorry. Yes, definitely. It already was with the Dubai, and I just made it worse. So.
And Doug, how difficult is it for you to balance it all? Right? I think as working moms, we get that question a lot. How do you balance it all? How do you do it all? But really, I mean, and now this, how do you do it?
Yeah. So again, support. I have, my mom and my mother-in-law supporting us like crazy. I have a great family. We have friends and family members that are just there to support us. And
your amazing partner, Gabriel.
Yes, absolutely.
He's baking with you.
Yeah, he's been baking all night. So since Friday night, when this exploded, he hasn't gone home in 3 days. He's just like at the bakery 24/7, and he's one of the mastermind behind how good the croissant is today, because he's the one that put it to get as perfect as it is. I had a good croissant, but Gabriel really topped it off with perfection. So.
I was going to say, I feel like you need perfectionists like that in your kitchen when you're doing all of that, and it's a labor of love for sure.
And he's very passionate, and so is my whole team, and I think it's very nice for all of us to work together with the same passion. And that's why also I wanted to make the video, is because I felt like this person in particular felt constantly condescending to people working, the food industry. She was very proud to stand against restaurant and their workers and servers, and I said, this is really hard work, and we need to be supported, not, punched down on. And so I wanted to stand up for that.
Yeah, we are so happy you did. And long hours, too, in that industry. Oh, my gosh. Extremely early mornings, just from what I hear, interviewing and things. And we got some really nice comments as well. I know Jared of Sonora says Jenna has support from around the world now, which is really cool.
Crazy.
I know, because TikTok, your audience is the world. Everybody sees it. And, too, I wanted to talk about Keith Lee as well, for those who may not be familiar, but he's a popular...
We have about a minute left.
Okay, food influencer, and comes around and stuff, but just him highlighting, picking up your story, talking about it, and just saying, we don't condone this as a big influencer himself. Just that type of behavior I thought was really
Absolutely.
amazing.
And there's no influencers that are too big or too small. And that's why I also wanted to say the video. Even if 2 people listen to you, but they listen to you with a negative advice, it makes an impact down the road. And so I wanted to have everyone be aware of what we really meant to listen to an influencer and what they implied behind what they said.
Yeah.
And you're right. No matter how big their audience, right? If 1 or 2 people listen to them, you have to understand the impact of, like you said, your words and what you put out there. Everyone can go find your locations on your website, right? But you're located where? You opened up your 3rd location in March.
So we have one on Central and Camelback, which is Central Phoenix. We have one on Scottsdale and Shea, so my Scottsdale store. And then we have one right by the airport on 24th Street.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Jenna, thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Yeah, it was awesome.
Guys, oh my gosh, can't wait to get my hands on them.
I know. They look so good. I know. And it is so good. I'm going to throw up the mystery camera here. Beautiful shot. Very green. Ooh. The leaves are changing here. So take a look at this, you guys. Thanks for joining us and staying with us in the chat. So much love for Jenna. A little philosophy. Oh, wow. Keith Lee. Yeah. So hopefully he comes and gives a review.
That will be next. That will be exciting to see.
All right. So you guys get your mystery cam guesses in and stay with us. We're going to send you off to a short break here, and then we'll join you on the other side for some talkers. We're talking holiday hiring coming up.
Thank you.
Perfect. guesses. Little Philosophy thinks this might be Arkansas.
Oh.
That's a interesting. That's a good guess.
I'm like, with
We
the
don't get a
leaves
lot of
changing,
Arkansas.
somewhere in the Midwest, they get all the seasons. Like
Yeah, they'll
But then
definitely get
there's
that
also
fall
some
foliage
mountains,
switch
but
over. It could also
Michigan?
be.
Does Michigan have?
Oh, yeah,
I don't know
it
my
could also be New England, but
I'm guessing
area?
Washington.
Washington.
You're thinking Washington?
Mm-hmm. Just because of the evergreens and then the fall foliage.
Ooh. All right. Well, you know what? That is our Washington gal, Isabella, joining us right now, you guys. Yay. All right. Should we reveal the answer?
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay, it's right there. I'll let one of you guys do it.
Have
today.
Dawn do it.
Okay.
She's a special guest.
All righty. And
Yeah, thanks for joining us, by the way, while Ron Hoon enjoys vacation.
Ooh, Eugene, Oregon.
I've never been to Eugene.
I haven't either.
Any of you guys? All right,
Yes.
let's pull it up again.
I think it's wine.
They have a Dillard's. Is that a Dillard's? Or
And it's Sephora.
Okay, we can live there.
Yeah.
We're good.
We can live there.
That's all we need.
Unless you have allergies. They're really bad in Eugene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pop the
Are they?
Zyrtec.
It's like the worst place to be if you have seasonal allergies.
Wait, how do you know that fun
Interesting.
fact?
My uncle ran track at University of Oregon, Eugene, and
Okay.
we had to stop going to watch him because my whole family, we just allergy attacks. So
You're like, sorry, we can't.
we couldn't go there
support
anymore. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right, you guys, you ready to get into some of our talkers for today?
Yes.
Let's chat.
All right. We're talking holiday hiring. So we had a story on the show earlier this morning about how companies are not going to be doing as much holiday hiring. Sorry, that was VO3. Is that which one? Here, we'll bring us back up to a wide shot here. Is it VO3?
Oh, yeah, you were right.
Yeah? Okay. You guys, who put me at the... Who let me drive this ship?
You're doing amazing.
All right.
She's the captain
So
now.
job openings, they say, could be kind of scarce this holiday season. So there was a report that came out that says seasonal jobs this year fall under 500,000 positions. That would be down from last year's number at about 545,000 jobs during the holiday period. The low forecast could be the second smallest seasonal gain of jobs in the last 16 years that we're seeing. So with this being said, ladies, I have to ask, have you had a holiday seasonal job before?
Yeah.
Isabel.
I haven't. But a lot of my friends have.
Okay.
So I understand the importance, you know, from high school onward, students, it's hard to work during school, but if you have a seasonal job during your break, it's so awesome.
Right. If you have the time and things. Yeah. I worked in a clothing boutique when I was in high school.
Ooh.
And then so around, the holidays, that was like Super Bowl, everyone's coming in. And it would just be me sometimes. I'm like, it was a lot.
Why? I am not surprised at all that you worked at a.
It was fun.
a
I had a great
boutique.
time.
She's like a resident
mannequin.
Yes.
I was a kid in a candy store.
Aw.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat too if you've had like a fun holiday job. And I'll ask you guys and then respond and we can share some of those. But yes, I did.
Okay.
What was
Well, for a long time I worked at an ice cream shop and then I felt like I wanted to switch it up during the holidays. So I worked at Bonton.
Bonton.
Yeah, you guys don't know what that is? Anyone?
No.
Dave? Wait, where's the Dave cam? Dave? Do you remember Bonton?
I have no clue.
Wait a minute.
Maybe it's a New York thing.
Let's guess. Bonton.
Is it?
Is that a tanning salon?
So it's like a Macy's or JCPenney.
yeah. Okay.
But it was called Bonton.
Bonton.
I don't think it was just maybe it was
I don't
this
know,
just
it
a
sounded right.
Northeast thing? I don't know. But it was like a JCPenney, Macy's or whatever.
Well, that's fun.
Hated it.
Oh, retail.
Oh, I didn't like it because we had to make sure like all of the displays were always like neatly folded and organized and the dressing rooms were clear. You would fold something and I swear 2 seconds later the entire table was just a mess.
It's chores. And you're doing chores for adults
not
that
fun.
you don't know. Like,
That's frustrating.
And
hard.
then I don't know about you, but then I ended up because they gave us like a discount if you worked during the holiday season. I ended up spending the whole paycheck I earned there, just like getting everyone's Christmas gifts. So
Right. And then you see what comes in, then you're like, oh, I might want that. That's what I liked. You get the shipments in first.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah, not too smart.
Sounds fun to me.
Yeah. So our next, are you guys thrill seekers?
No.
No.
No? You wouldn't do this?
Lame.
You wouldn't do this?
For everyone who saw
Absolutely
Dom's
not.
visit to
Why not?
Arizona,
Thank you.
that's how I would be too.
That's
So
enough
no.
said. Absolutely not.
Next topic.
I don't need my
Nobody's
heart rate
jumping
up.
out and scaring you here in the air. I mean, maybe if you're really unlucky, a bird might pop out of nowhere and
But you're propelling
you.
down a mountain. How do you know that parachute's going to open? You don't.
you
You
just
just got to
gotta
trust.
trust-
I need reliability.
Lord.
2 feet on the ground, 10 toes down.
Well, I did, Simone.
Would you do this, Des?
Absolutely not. You know what, you guys, this morning on the show, I said, I am an adrenaline junkie. Okay, a little bit. It's funny because your life changes when you have children.
Yeah.
So I'm a little more like cautious in doing things now. But for sure, like when David and I moved here, we were like immediately hiking, immediately going out on the ATVs on the trail.
Okay, but that's fine. That is different than a hike.
No. Okay, let's pull it back up. I would not
compare that to a hike.
I wouldn't base jump. I will say I would not base jump. So you're seeing video right here, folks caught on camera. Right now, they say it's kind of like the wild, wild west at Yosemite National Park because of the government shutdown. So we're seeing a lot of people entering the park and illegally base jumping here from El Capitan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So already the park in July, we saw a 24% loss of staff because of Doge layoffs at the park. And then we have the government shutdown impacting this even more because workers are furloughed. So they're seeing so many squatters now filling up the campgrounds and climbers using the half-dome cables without permits in order to do some of these jumps.
So it's very unregulated, very unsafe.
That's why if they want to do it, just let them.
Yeah.
See what happens. It's their fate.
We won't be there.
Okay.
We will not be there.
have. Would you go free climbing?
No.
On any of the? No.
Absolutely not.
Is that without like a harness?
Yeah.
No.
No. What? They train for it all around.
No.
Here. No.
Crazy.
We'll have to do a story with them and see if we can get Dom to go.
Jen's wall has a great comment. She says, we don't have
good, 'cause
wings
my computer died.
or feathers, and we weren't meant to fly.
Which period, Jen? A woman with sense.
I am with Jen.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Little
That's
Philosophy said,
funny.
I'll keep my legs. Me too, and both of them. Two.
You guys are funny. And Little Philosophy, is there a portion of the park where you can basically get away with anything you want? I don't know. Right now, it looks like maybe they are. Probably not the best idea.
Yeah.
Okay, are you guys Kylie Jenner fans?
This is interesting. I love my King Kylie. I'm glad she's making a return.
I must say, what is King Kylie?
So what we're looking at, this is the King Kylie era. Oh. When she was younger in her teens.
Blue hair.
Yeah, she had the blue hair. This was a little bit afterwards, before she was with Travis Scott. So to get you all caught up on this, it's really interesting. So she has a verse on a new song called Fourth Strike. And the song was recorded in LA with pop duo Taro Jr., who I'm not familiar with. But she connected with him in 2016. And she sings the song. It's like a sultry kind of, she's like a lower whisper voice. But basically this King Kylie era, it's what she did in her teens. She had the blue hair, all this jewelry on. She came out with the Kylie lip kits.
Yes.
That was really big. And now
You
she's
look like you're
kinda-
wearning some Kylie lip kit.
Do I? Thank
Can we
you.
get a
It's
zoom
not
in?
the Kylie lip kit. Oh, no.
Yeah,
It's been on all day.
I just David's like, oh, I'm getting up.
Dave's like on it.
Kylie, sponsor me. Okay, anyways, so now she's kind of revamping the whole thing. She's bringing it back.
Okay.
Because the fans have wanted it for so long.
I'm gonna admit, did you guys go listen to this song?
No, but I'm going to after this.
I did too.
I did. It's not good.
Oh, okay.
It's not good. It's like how do I don't think there's a term for it. It's like talk singing. Or to me, she's more like talking than she is actually singing.
And I'm curious.
And then there's so much auto tune.
Right. But I
So
want
she
to
kinda sounds
know.
robotic.
I'm like, did she make this, like, did she want it to be a joke or was she actually being serious? Or is it a little bit of both?
Also, it's like if she was getting, not that they need any more money, but, if there's an opportunity like, hey, we will pay you to be on the song just so you can give us that attention. And I mean, I don't see a loss, right, for her.
I don't
I'm
think
sure it's another
she's-
fun day
I
in
say
the park.
don't embarrass yourself, girl. Don't let it
when
be.
you're
Let it
Kylie,
be.
yeah,
Or
I
what do
don't-
they say? Stay in your lane.
Sell those lip kits, girl.
Sell the lip kits.
Yeah.
And
but
the whatever else.
I don't think she's going on tour anytime soon.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
But this girl is. Or was on tour. I have a feeling maybe she'll go on tour again soon. I don't know. The album Life of a Showgirl just came out, and
that's
it
right.
continues to make history. It's now sold 4.2 million albums in physical and streaming formats in its first week in the U.S.
Wow, that is just, crazy. So this is the biggest for any album in modern music history. Get this, Swift surpasses previous record holder Adele, who we know and love, whose album 25, it sold more than 3.37 million copies in its first week a decade ago.
All right. What do you think? Did you guys grab it?
No.
No.
Sorry. I'm not a Swiftie.
No.
Oh.
Nothing against, I'm just not a Swiftie.
Wait a second. So that makes 1, 2, 3 of us.
I know. She's
Yeah,
fine. I don't mind her. I'm just not.
It's not my style.
It's just not mine.
Some of it is catchy, like Shake It Off when that came out, really popular. It was
Yeah.
like the anthem for a lot of different things, like some of the walks that you would see for like foundations and whatnot. But it's just not my general
Not my
cup of tea.
style.
I've been hearing like snippets here and there from people playing it. I'm like, okay. But
All right, we got about 2 minutes left real quick. Let's get to this last story because he is loved here in the Valley, you guys.
Oh my gosh.
We're talking Cam Scattaboo.
Yes. Baller.
So, former ASU running back here, quickly becoming a star with the New York Giants. He's made quite impressive plays lately. He rushed for 98 yards and 3 touchdowns and then went viral when he ripped his shirt off during a post-game interview. And now, you guys, he is getting some, I guess you could say, exotic offers. Larry and Flint's Hustler, New York wants the 4th-round draft pick to dance on stage, and he's getting some other gentleman club offers.
Why? Was this the backflip that he did after his touchdown?
I didn't. Dave? Wait, hang on.
I did hear about
Dave.
that.
Yes.
3 ladies on the show today. Where's the video?
Where's the video, Dave?
The shirt
I
rip.
would like to see it, guys, but you can use your imaginations.
Okay.
Scatterbrain.
Okay. Happily married here, but I mean, come on.
I know, he's a little young and
we wonder what everybody's talking about.
I know.
But I think he has a girlfriend too, though.
Yes.
So would you if you're his girlfriend, are you letting him do it? We got about 40 seconds left.
Why not? It's fun.
It's a backflip. It's innocent.
You know what? Maybe he can do it. Maybe he could do the dance and earn
and then she can go on stage
and then donate the tips to charity or something.
Yeah, and others might follow suit. Other single NFL players.
Yeah.
So then, win-win.
Everybody's going to Google now. The shirt rip.
I need to go see it.
Yeah.
I know, but 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's doing pretty good.
Nice
I
for
think there was some
Scattaboo.
doubt if he could actually hold his own in the NFL. I mean, I know from my husband playing; those guys are big, fast, stronger than even college. So he's doing pretty good.
And as a rookie, oh my gosh,
Good.
amazing.
All right, you guys, that does it for us today. Thanks for joining us, ladies.
Yes.
See you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone.